See if you. I don't know if it's on. Is it on? 1 minute. Teacher voice. Get ready. It's coming.
I go with my mom voice.
It unscrews. You might have to use your teacher voice.
Right. I'll just use my teacher voice. So, for those that don't know who I am, my name is Jacob Oliva, Secretary of Education for the state of Arkansas, and I'm excited to be here today to meet so many wonderful people interested in going to what I consider to be the greatest profession of all professions. So thank you all for joining us today. We are so excited to be here and meet some of our colleges of education that are in teacher preparation. I got to meet some students that are currently in high school that are making a commitment to wanting to become a teacher. And I even met some seniors that are currently doing their internships and practicums in classrooms right now in the state that are getting ready to go to work. And what I can tell you, which is exciting, is I always say that being a teacher is the best profession of all professions that anybody can go in. And we're excited to be here on Educator Commitment Day to memorialize this event. I'm relatively new to the state. I've been here for about 4 months, but I'm not new to education. I've done almost 25 years as a classroom teacher. I've been a school principal, a superintendent, and now a secretary of education. So I've got to see the teaching and learning experience from all levels. And if I was to say anything to anybody that's going new into this profession or becoming a teacher, the first thing that I would always say is, just because you're an educator and you're a teacher doesn't mean you stop becoming a student, and that you've always got to be committed to learning. And that's what makes this profession great, is that we can always get better at what we do. And a lot of times new teachers feel like they're supposed to know everything. So I want to tell you from very first day, it's okay to ask your principal questions. They want you to ask questions. We don't expect you to know everything. And most of you are going to get assigned a mentor teacher. It's okay to ask them questions too. It's okay to ask them to say, hey, I have a student in my class. I'm really struggling to help them stay attention or on task. That's what the mentor teachers do. And each one of you, when you go into a classroom, you're going to get assigned a mentor. And I can tell you, my very first year as a teacher, I was assigned Miss Babcock. I taught 3rd grade, and I would not have had a wonderful year if it wasn't for her helping and guiding me. So I used to see all the time these bumper stickers that would ride around town that says, if you can read this, thank a teacher. I always wanted to add to that bumper sticker that says, if you can read this, thank a teacher. If you're successful in life, thank your mentor. So make sure you embrace that mentor and embrace the guidance and experience they give to you. And we know that the high quality preparation you receive is going to set you up to be successful. But I'm here to introduce somebody that I think is a very, very special person. And when I first met this person, she told me she was going to be known as the educational governor, and improving education and investing in teachers and in our classrooms was going to be her #1 priority. And I am so excited to be able to work with a governor that is committed to following through on those promises. And we are seeing each and every single day policies that invest in education, invest in salaries, invest in loan forgiveness, invest in even waiving teacher licensing fees for some of our new folks that are going into the classroom, because we want to recruit, retain, and recognize the best. Didn't even recognize that some of our state board members are here joining us to open up their sleeves to make sure you have what you need, because they're committed to making sure that we're creating conditions to set you all up for success. And when we do that, we know our students will thrive and prosper. So without further ado, I'd like to recognize the great governor of Arkansas. Please help me in welcoming Governor Sanders.
I don't have quite a teacher voice, but I do have a mom voice, so I'm going to try to speak as loud as I can so that you guys can hear me. So thankful for Secretary Oliva and the unbelievable job that he is doing. His depth and experience is really helping shape education here in the state. Having somebody in his role who's been in the classroom, who's been a principal, who knows exactly what each of you are going through and will go through, as well as being a parent. He has such a unique perspective and is uniquely qualified to tackle some of the challenges that we have in front of us. And I could not be more thankful or more excited that we have him leading the Department of Education here in Arkansas. He has done just an absolutely phenomenal job. I have to say all those really nice things because I've given him one of the hardest tasks in all of state government. So if I build him up, I feel like it gives him a bit more confidence to tackle some of those big challenges. I'm so excited to be here among some of Arkansas's soon-to-be newest teachers in the state. As Jacob said, it's one of the most important professions that anyone can enter into. You have no idea the lives that you will shape and that you will touch and that you will impact in your classroom. I know that I wouldn't be standing here today if I had not had teachers who gave me confidence, teachers who believed in me, and occasionally a teacher or two who put me in my place and let me know that I had a lot more to learn, including one particular professor when I was in college. I showed up as a freshman, thought I was the smartest person there, and took a more senior level communications class. And I was given an assignment. I spent a little bit of time on it, turned it in, and was waiting for this professor to come back and tell me how smart I was, how impressed he was with my work. And he asked me to stay after class. I said, wow, he must have really been like wowed by the spectacular work that I've turned in. He actually asked me to stay after class because he said he was so disappointed in the work that I had done that he was going to give me a chance to redo it. It was that bad. And it had red ink all over it. And he gave that back to me, gave me a second chance. He said, Sarah, I know you're capable of doing better. And so I went, and this time I worked really hard. I came back and he gave me a B+. But he ultimately became my favorite professor. I took every single class that he offered, and he helped me develop and really hone my skills, but more importantly, he gave me confidence, and he gave me a pathway forward. If he had not taken the time and attention that he had, I might still be trying to figure out how to get that first assignment done. But teachers have a real world impact on their students, and the role that you're taking on, the profession that you're entering, is an incredibly respected profession. And as a parent, I get to see the impact that the teachers in my kids' lives have on every single day. And it's amazing. I think over the last couple of years, a lot of parents were reminded just how hard teaching really is when we had to do it ourselves during the COVID pandemic. And I found out very quickly that I was probably not cut out for the classroom. After we had a couple of revolts from the student body at my house, I decided that I would stick with this profession and leave the teaching up to the professionals. But I can't tell you how proud we are that people like you are going to represent our state and that you're going to be shaping the next generation of leaders. I'm also very proud of the fact that Arkansas went from the very bottom in teacher pay to the very top overnight. As you enter into this profession, you get to start at the peak for anywhere in the country for teacher pay, and that's because of the hard work of the people in this room, the hard work of our state legislature, coming together and making education a priority, making our teachers a priority. I'm really proud of the fact that we are rewarding the best and the brightest here in the state of Arkansas. We're going to focus on retaining our great teachers, but also recruiting amazing teachers like yourselves. So thank you so much for your willingness to take on this task, to step into the classroom. And those of you who are going into the middle schools, best of luck, and may God help you from here. So thank y'all so much for being here today. We appreciate it.
Good morning. I want to add two things to what they said. One, the teacher mentor piece. My teacher mentor my senior year of college was Sherry Smith, and she is still in the district that I am now proud to teach in, and she still mentors me to this day, 13 years later. Every first day of school, I get a letter, I get mail encouraging me as an educator, and that mentor relationship cannot be overstated. So that is so powerful, and I'm going to try to use the teacher and mom voice combo today. But you know, I'm a proud graduate of A-State, and nothing really prepared me in those courses to speak after the Secretary or the Governor, but I'm going to do my best. You have likely all heard it said that everyone's story includes a teacher, and that is absolutely true. Our stories do include a teacher, or a few teachers, who shaped our experiences, who encourage us, inspire us, and challenge us to become who we are today. There is no doubt that an educator played a role in your decision to be here today and your decision to commit to a career in education. What I have found, though, is sometimes we do not talk enough about the students who have inspired us to greatness. While you're just beginning this journey in education, you have probably met these students, children, friends, classmates, who are a part of your why. These exceptional individuals have influenced you to pursue a career in changing lives. Sooner than you can even imagine, you are going to have students of your own, students who will make you laugh, cry, humble you, and force you to grow to be the best version of yourself. These students will encourage you and inspire you. You will partner with their families and their caregivers to work to ensure that they are safe, loved, and learning. In doing this, you will learn from the very students you committed to teach. You will learn that sometimes they are the ones teaching you. You will learn to be innovative and meeting the needs of all learners, even those with the most exceptional learning needs. You will learn to ask for help because this job cannot and should not be done alone. And you will learn to give grace more than you knew you had to yourself, the students you serve, and the families who are trusting you with their most prized possessions. Your heart may hurt for the students you felt like you could not reach, and then swell with pride when you see sometimes maybe years later that seed you planted has bloomed into something incredible. I had a text message just yesterday from a student through the teacher's phone telling me about a success they had just had. I have not taught him in 2 years, and he was so excited to share with me his success. You are going to open up not only the classroom doors you teach in, but your heart to these students every year and a new group of smiling faces. Now, there will be hard days, and there may be hard years, but there will be immeasurable moments of joy when you see that student's success and achievement. While there is no greater responsibility than teaching, there's also no greater privilege and gift than being a teacher. Thank you for committing to be a teacher and for being here today. All right, ready to hit? Okay, we are now going to do our countdown to Teacher Commitment Signing Day. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.